The World Wrestling Federation, for over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Hey everybody, what's happening? This is UM, and this is a long time coming. It's been a while since I posted one of these. I'm very sorry for any of my wrestling fans out there that enjoy my wrestling videos. Just haven't felt like digging them out lately. So, but I thought I would come back and start where it all began. Because I'm going to do the first series that came out in 1990. And I'll start out with the Hulk Hogan. This was one of many Hogans that came out in the series. And I thought I'd show you this as well, since I'm going to be getting around to doing the rings for a while. The rings came with a belt, and they could fit around this little oval-shaped thing that was around one of the ends of the, excuse me, that was on one of the ends of the ring. Not much detail. I've seen examples that actually have a little bit of gold paint on them. Don't know if that was customized or if they actually came with later rings, but they fit pretty well. They worked on a double notch system in case a wrestler was too thin, or they could be put pretty much around anybody. I found Giant Gonzalez actually had a problem with the belt with it staying on, but luckily he was never champion when we were growing up. So I'll set the belt aside. He comes with the basic body slam, body press, gorilla press, whatever thing that was later on many other wrestlers. I guess next up would be Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah! This is him in his original orange pants with the stars on the crotch. Ooh yeah, stars on the crotch make me want to snip. Sorry about that. I always love Macho Man Randy Savage. This was the original mold. In case anybody was wondering, you've seen in previous videos, model Rick Martel, Shawn Michaels, black and white pants, Marty Jannetty. I'll use this. Very good mold. Stick him next to his buddy, not buddy, you know, always at odds with each other. Especially over the lovely Miss Elizabeth. Okay, next up is going to be Ultimate Warrior. This will be the first Ultimate Warrior. He works on a, same as all the others. That really did not work well. There you go. That's a face plant. So I'll stick them right there. There's a couple other Ultimates. I'll be getting around to them hopefully soon. Well, they're really not centered, are they? Okay. I'll move these to the back. There's actually quite a few figures to deal with in this first series. I'm going to show you these two together because when I was watching wrestling, they were a tag team. They were the Twin Towers. It's Big Boss Man and Akeem. Akeem was better known until up to that point as the One Man Gang. And he was also managed, they were both managed by the Slickster. Has one of my all-time favorite themes. Big Boss Man came with a nightstick, which I cannot find. Just did that. And he had a very odd, I think this is the only mold that they ever did for this. It's just very odd compared to everybody else. Akeem is one of only a few figures, the other two being Andre the Giant and Dusty Rhodes, I believe, that utilized a really crappy gimmick that was a headbutt. It worked. I've had a couple of these. Picked one up at a yard sale one day and he broke in half. So I got the look. It's just a giant metal hole in the middle. That's all that's holding this figure together. So it's no wonder they abandoned that. Alright, next up is going to be another tag team. You saw them in my tag team video, but they were part of they were single carded from each other. It's Axe and Smash Demolition. Axe here does a typical body slam gimmick, and Smash here does the wind up and the arm will go. He became the Repo Man, which has a figure on the line. Next up is going to be Bruce the Barbecue Cake, one of two figures. He was going to have a third, and he was going to be in the Mega Maniacs colors to go with Hulk Hogan. Scrapped it in the purple line, got replaced by Tatanka. Didn't even have they could have given Tatanka black shorts, and they could have just said, here, now he's bad guy Tatanka. But no, they just completely cheaped out on that one. I actually would have preferred a Mega Maniacs Brutus Beefcake. He's one of the face planners. His hair kind of hinders it, though. His peg isn't out far enough, but it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, he also got his hand in the snip snip. Alright. Next up will be Ravishing Rick Rude, who is also has had his mold utilized quite a bit with 1-2-3 Kid, Nature Boy Ric Flair, just off the top of my head. It runs on a headlock and punch in the head gimmick. Nothing really exciting. I mean, his pants are really extremely boring. For a wrestler that always had the most interesting tights in the world, and they give him this. I mean, go back to WrestleMania 4. Take a look at those pants, and then tell me he didn't have some of those interesting designs on his pants. Jake the Snake Roberts. I figured I'd follow him up with Ravishing Rick Rude because they had quite a feud. Jake the Snake, I actually still have it because I made sure not to lose it. I love Damien. I wanted to find another one in painted albino colors for it to be Revelations. But Jake the Snake was a really nice figure. I mean, his pants are kind of similar to Rick Rude, but at least he wore pants like this, and they bothered to give him the snake print boots and stuff. I mean, he's a lot better figure than Rick Rude, but I think they're all fairly good likenesses, considering this is also the very first series of them. Alright, next up is going to be Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, comes with a $1 Million belt. This is him in his black tuxedo. You can get him again in green, and you can get him again with just the trunks on, as you saw in the purple purple card video.
Everybody's gonna pay.
So, yeah, not really much to say about him. He runs off this, and once you get that snap, it won't work anymore. Jay the Snake, as I didn't show you, runs on the old, and his mold has been utilized quite a few times too. Billy Gunn, Tito Santana, right off the top of my head. I'll show you the $1 Million Man. I like the gold on him. It's pretty cool. I think they did a really good job with him. And last for this series, but certainly not least, is the late great Andre the Giant. Only figure he got out of this, but at least they did a good job. Got gigantic hands. This just, I mean, if you take his hand, it will go over a man's face, a normal size figure. They wanted to make sure that he was imposing. He is rather imposing. He stands much taller than any other wrestler except Giant Gonzalez. Fairly good likeness. He also runs off that ill-fated gimmick of the headbutt. So, there was 12 figures overall in this first series, and over time, there went to be, I think, 94 figures, something like that. So, yeah, this is a long overdue review, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, of the very first series of the WWF Hasbro figures. You guys take it easy. Bye.